I tell you guys all the time, right? You don't need to be rich in material. As long as you're rich in friends, you got the world by the short and curlies right there. That's all I got to say. All right, let's go to the NBA. You guys ready for a little hype music right now in the NBA?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Need the bells, eh? The bells add to it. Then we pump up the jam right now. Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
You guys better be dancing right now, hey? All right, let's go to the tell the tape, and hey, I need the... Got to do the chimes, right? Got to have the chimes in there right now. Yeah, Bo Jackson's here. Me says Brent Vianney. And who's Mizzou? The network's in the house. Yeah, I like the unders. You winning before the game starts. Yeah, exactly. It's 0-0. All right, let's take a look at game number 1 between the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. And looking at the line tonight, you got the Hawks a 5.5 road favorite. The over-under is set at 227.5. I got a 117-113 final for the Hawks. Hawks are 4-6 in their last 10 games straight up. And when you're looking at this on the screen, always look in the middle right here, right? This is where all the abbreviations of the categories are. So 4-6 straight up, 3-7 against the point spread, 4-6 to the over/under. And as Joe Namath would say, misery loves company, and both these teams are very much struggling in their last 10 games, right? 3-7 for Orlando, 2-8 to the under. My line on the game, I had -7 for Atlanta, but you can see they're -5.5. Now, this is supposed to be N/A. I don't know why we have Nan. Is there anybody named Nan out there? Maybe it's short for Nancy, right? Hello, Nancy. But yeah, N divided by A. It should be like a not available, right? Or non-applicable. Non-applicable. So I'll have to talk to my programmer about that. And I want to, take a second to thank our programming team here. Remember yesterday I was telling you guys we were transferring servers, and it looks like everything is back to normal again. The site's faster. If you go on the website now, super fast. We got a super server. Hey, I just like to say super.
Hey, Fred, that's one of them Superman suits, ain't it?
Super fly, Bubba, super fly.
Yeah, super fly. So the server is super fly right now. And looking at tonight's game between the Hawks and the Magic, 54.8% chance of winning for Atlanta. Chance of covering at 80%. Atlanta, though, on a 3-game losing streak, which is, a B-type team. I want to show you guys this here. Now, we go to the standings and we see who the top teams in the NBA are. You can see Boston. Hey, well, I told you guys, right? This Boston team, these are your courtside bullies, man. This Boston Celtics team, this team is geared for playoff basketball. They're like the courtyard bullies, and to me, I think they're going to win the East. The Phoenix Suns could be the West. There's a couple teams I like in the West, but I love Boston this year. 17-4 straight up. Phoenix 14-6. Milwaukee 14-5. But if you go right here, the type of teams. Look at this. I want to show you guys this. I'm glad I remember this. In the Rain Report, we talk about A, B, and C type teams. Look at the A type teams right here, but look at their home win percentage. The A-type teams in the NBA, I'm talking about the Bostons, the Clevelands, Indiana, the Bucks, the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, Memphis Grizzlies, the Pelicans. Those are all A-type teams. They have a winning percentage of 80.4 at home, but look at their road record, 51-9. Woo! Stay away from A-type teams on the road. They're 41-38, but they're 66-16 at home. And let's go compare that and look at the B-type teams, 65-40. Stay away from NBA road teams. Let me see the C-type team, even worse C-type team, 28.2. So I was looking at this morning. I said, man, I got to tell the bullpen this. I got to show this to the bullpen. But the NHL is a little bit different. Let's go to NHL, and you can see the A-type teams in the NHL, 70% and 70% on the road. So what you see is what you get in the NHL, but not that good on the B-type teams on the road. 55% at home, but 51.9. So there's clearly a separation of the A's and the B's right now, and of the Rain Report. And the A-type teams in the NBA at home, they're killing it, but not on the road, right? And the A-type teams in the NHL, 41% at home, 36% on the road. So I want to show you guys that. So when you're doing your handicapping, take a look at those NBA road teams and be very, very careful betting NBA road teams. And this is why I thought of Atlanta. You know, if you look at the Orlando Magic at home this year, 4-7, 5-6 against the number. But look at Atlanta, 3-7 against the number. And in the last 10 trips to the Amway Center, 4-6 straight up, 4-5-1 against the number. So be very careful betting the game between the Hawks and the Magic. All right, let's get to the next game here on the agenda. And where's my chimes? Hey, got to get my chimes in here. All right, we're talking about the Washington Wizards against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Brooklyn, ever since Steve Nash has left, was it Jacques Vaughn? It sounds like the Pink Panther, the Inspector Clouseau, Jacques Vaughn. Sounds like it sounds like he's got his act together because he's got the Brooklyn Nets winning right now. -6 is the line, 226 is the total, and I got a 118-114 win tonight for the Brooklyn Nets, who are 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games, 5-5 against the number. I did have Brooklyn at -5 on my value index, and not available for Washington, so I don't have a value number to give you here on the Wizards. 69.6% chance of winning tonight for Brooklyn, who are now on a 2-game win streak. And looking at the some of the numbers right now for Brooklyn at home, 6-4 straight up. It's almost like you gotta handicap the Brooklyn Nets, pre Steve Nash and after Steve Nash, right? Because Jacques Vaughn's got these guys really doing a good job. Washington, a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde, 3-6 on the road, 8-4 at home, and in the last 10 trips to Brooklyn, they're 4-6. I'm gonna go Brooklyn money line. I like Brooklyn money line tonight in Brooklyn. All right, let's take a look here. What do you think of the Brooklyn Nets? I want to go the game tonight. Yeah, go to the game, have fun, and bet Brooklyn on the money line. I like the Bucks and Jazz tonight. Says it's a man's world, especially after the game the Knicks and Clippers played. As a Wizards fan says, it's a man's world. All right, let's take a look at the Bucks and the New York Knicks. All right, the Bucks going to this one as a 5.5-point road favorite. The over-under set at 228. ATS forecast system play going to go with the Bucks in this one, 120-112. The over-under to land on 233.7. So we do like it to fly over the total. Looking at the line value, I do have the Bucks at -5.25. So fair market value on the Milwaukee Bucks. I had plus 2.7 for the New York Knicks. And last time these two teams met, did these teams met this year already? No, they haven't met this year. Oh, actually, October 28th, it was a 119-108 victory for the Bucks. And prior to that, they did play last January. So they have played already. Milwaukee right now coming off a 124-115 win over Dallas. Dallas didn't do too good on the road, right? They lost in Toronto. They lost in Milwaukee, and then New York. They put the boots to the Pistons yesterday. Wow! Hey, holy cow! Where's my Harry Carey?
Holy cow!
Put 140 points on the Pistons last night, and in the last 10 head-to-head meetings, New York Knicks 3-7 straight up and against the number against the Bucks. The Bucks, though, you know what? The front-loaded schedule at home. Look at that, 11-2, 13 games at home, only 6 on the road. So it's time to get some road cooking going here for the Bucks, who are 7-3 straight up at Madison Square Gardens in their last 10 games, 6-4 against the number. I'm going to go with the Bucks here tonight, money line Bucks, and that's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, let's get to the game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Cleveland. Cleveland didn't look good a couple nights ago against the Toronto Raptors. In fact, it was a 188 victory for the Raptors, who had Pascal Siakam back in the lineup after missing like 10 games. And tonight in the Cleveland, you got -3.5, 212.5 is the total. And we do like the Cavs winning this one, 107-102 against the 76ers. And the one thing with Cleveland, again, remember I was telling you guys at the beginning, all the NBA road teams, at home, they're good at home, but they suck on the road. Look at this. NBA road teams. 51.9. The A-type teams and the B-type teams, 40%. These are teams with winning record, but because they're doing so well at home, it covers up, it masks a lot of things. So be very careful betting road teams. Philadelphia 76ers on the road this year, 5-4, but Cleveland, they enjoy some home cooking. They're 8-1 straight up and against the number, but not that good in the last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Sixers. And I do have Cavaliers winning tonight, 107-102. And let me see, you got an A bullish against a B bullish team. I'm going to go with the Cavs in this one. I'm going to take the money line, Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, money line. Why? When you look at the numbers on the NBA on the season, and let's go to the charts. NBA favorites this year, winning 63.5% of the game, but only covering 48.5%. This is why I don't play this is why I don't lay points, right? And remember, the thing I always say about laying points, it's not a single bet. It's a two-team parlay. You got to win and cover the spread, and that's why I like to take teams on the money line in a manageable area, a range, right? In a manageable range. I'm not going to lay like 300 in the least, but I'll lay like 205, 220 if I'm really feeling good about that. I got to love the team. I can't like the team. All right, let's get to the next one here between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hey, moving along here on a wacky Wednesday. Hope you're enjoying the show. If you do enjoy the show, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the notification bell in the top right hand corner, or the subscribe button below this video. Memphis going into Minnesota tonight, 5-5 in their last 10, coming off a 2-game win streak. Big win at Madison Square Gardens, 127-123 was the final, while Minnesota lost to the Wizards. In fact, they got spanked 142-127. And looking at the last 10 games for both these teams, 5-5 straight up, and Memphis 5-5 against the number. I did have the Grizzlies at -4.6 tonight, and I had Minnesota at +3. So you are getting fair market value if you do like these teams here tonight, either Memphis or Minnesota. And the chances of winning, 67.4% chance of winning here for Memphis. Kogo's at 46%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. The bad news is, if you like Minnesota against those A-type teams with a 60 or higher win percentage, they're only 1-4 straight up and against the number. Give me the Grizzlies money line tonight in Minnesota. All right, let's get to the next game on the agenda. And let's go Houston Rockets against the Denver Nuggets. And you can see here the Rockets going into Denver as an 11.5 point road favorite, underdog. And Denver is the favorite, 11.5. I got a 122-108 victory for the Denver Nuggets here tonight, who are 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games, and 3-game win streak, 3-1 against those C-type teams. They are 5-2 at the, what's it called? The Ball Arena or Ball Center. It used to be the Pepsi Center, but now it's called the Ball Arena or something like that. 5-2 at home, 2-5 to the under. Not a lot of home games. While Houston, ooh boy, hey Houston, we have a problem right now. We are struggling on the road at 2-10, but just like a lot of teams, haven't played a lot of home games. Only 3-5, but 2-10 on the road, and they are 2-8 in their last 10 trips to Denver. I like Denver here tonight, but I'm not laying 11.5. That's for sure. Probably play the total. And NBA road underdogs of 9.5 to 12 this year on 1 day's rest. 5-13 straight up, 9-9 against the number, while Denver, you can see that 9.5 to 12 point home favorites, just 15-5 straight up, just hitting 80%? Is that no 75% right there? That's pretty good. That is pretty good in my books, right? All right, let me see here. So yeah, you know what? If I were to play this one here tonight, I'd probably play the total. There's no way I'm laying with points with Houston, especially when I just showed you the chart how road teams do in the NBA. Can't do it. Hey, Mike, where's my Mike Singletary? Can't play with him. Can't do it.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him.
Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. So, yeah. So, you know what? Maybe the under is where you want to go tonight in Denver. I can't say Big D because Big D's Dallas, right? All right. No Cat tonight. Yeah, Cat's going to be out a few weeks, right? I saw that. Saw the news yesterday. Mobley playing the big man, says Brent Vianney. Raptors says it's a Maine's world. Memphis also. So, it's a Maine world likes the Memphis Grizzlies and Raptors. I like that too. I don't know if I like the Raptors that much though. On the road. Are they on the road tonight, Raptors? Let me see here. Raptors in, New Orleans. New Orleans tough. Hey, the King Smoothie Center is a tough place to play. All right, let me see here. Where are we at now? Chicago, Phoenix. All right, let's go to the desert. Let's go and avoid the cactuses. I don't want to get pricked by a cactus. All right. Phoenix Suns, 5.5 point home favorite. The over-under is set at 224. I got the Phoenix Suns winning here tonight, 112-107, and the over-under landing on 220.71. So the Phoenix Suns, 7-3 straight up in their last 10, 6-4 against the number, while the Chicago Bulls, your Chicago Bulls, are 4-6 straight up and against the number. Phoenix on a 5-game win streak. They're 4-0 against teams below 500, and they're sporting an 11-1 home record. They've covered 8 of those 12 games at home, and 4-8 to the under, while Chicago 4-6 straight up, 5-4-1 on the road this season. And you can see their ATS record overall, 10-9-1. And for the Chicago Bulls in the desert, in their last 10 trips, 4-6 straight up, 6-4 against the number. You know what? I like Phoenix here, but was it -5.5? Could be another money line play. Could be another money line play. I like Siakam being back for the Raptors, says it's a Maine's world. I do like Phoenix here tonight, and I think, 112. See that? We're right there on the number, 112, 107, and this is why I would play the money line. And if it's a little too chalky for you tonight, take Phoenix and maybe Brooklyn on a 2-team parlay, and hopefully we bring you to the winner's circle. Right, Mike? Where's Mike?
I want winners.
And hopefully we gave you a winner right there. All right, let's get to the next game. We've got a lot of games tonight. We've got 12, 13 games in the association. Boston is a cash cow at home, says who's Mizzou. And looking at the Pacers, hey, you know what? These two teams made a trade last year, and I think it's worked out really good for both these teams, right? Buddy Buckets now in Indiana, and Sabonis now in the Sacramento Kings area. So both these teams doing well. Look at the forecast. This is like an NBA All-Star game here tonight in Sacramento. 4.5 is the line, 240.5 is the total. And looking at the forecast, 130.9 for the Kings, 130.2 for the Pacers. The over-under landing on like an all-star, NBA all-star score here, 261.2. Look at the total, 240. Absolutely crazy. Let me see what the calculator has. Let me see what the ATS calculator has. Let's go Indiana against Sacramento. And where's the Kings? Right there. Survey says 230.2. Yeah, so right there with the bookmaker. Oh no, under. So yeah, a little bit conflicting numbers with the calculator and the forecast. Indiana and the Kings both 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. Pacers a little bit better against the point spread, 7-3 against the number, but Sacramento 6-4 at home. And my line on the game, I had the Kings at -2. I got them winning at 61.8%. But does Buddy Buckets come back to haunt his old teammates tonight at the Sacramento arena tonight, right? 3-game losing streak, while Indiana's on a 1-game win. And against those A-type teams, they are 1-3. But look at the Pacers, 0-2 against B-type teams. Sacramento, 6-4 straight up and against the point spread at home this year. 13-6 against the number. But look at Indiana, 13-7. This game has, we're talking about high scoring affair, big numbers, and watch it be like 101 to 105 or something like that. I doubt it. I doubt it very much. I hate going against Buddy Buck. Like, I'm looking at this game, and it's like last night in Calgary, right? Remember I said, could be a bulletin board game, when Huberdeau and they put the boots to the Panthers last night, right? And this, I wonder, but Sabonis could say the same thing. This, from a situational handicapping point of view, and you look at the outside game of this game, like, don't look, I know it's a numbers game, but when you look at the outside circumstances leading into this game, you got, you got some conflicting, situations going in here, right? How bad do the players want to win for Buddy Buckets? How bad do they want to win for Sabonis and company? But you know what? I think I take the Pacers plus the points. I think my gut feeling. Sometimes you got to go with your gut feeling and situational hand. But here's the thing, right? This is a B-type team? No, an A-type team. And we saw what A-type teams do on the road, right? 51.9. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And the B-type team at home, they normally win 65% of their games. All right, but that's why you take the Geico Insurance. Give me the Pacers plus 4.5, 5 minutes just to tell you to take the Pacers at 4.5. All right, let's get to the next game on the agenda, and let's go to the game between the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder coming off a disappointing loss to the Pelicans on the road, 105-101. That was an emotional game for the Thunder, right? They came back to make a game out of it, and you think you're right there, and the Pelicans just flex and get the W. Hey, they got the dub, and now you got the Spurs on an 8-game losing streak. They're a 5.5-point road underdog tonight against the Thunder. But the good news is you got a great coach in Popovich right here. I got a 118-116 victory for OKC. 234.4 is the over-under, and the over-under in the game is 236, so we do like it to go under the total. But look at that, 1-9 straight up for San Antonio, 3-7 against the number, 8-game losing streak. You wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole, I hope, tonight. I think if you play this game here tonight, I think the total is where you want to lean. The code goes at 48%, which is good because it's in my manageable range of 42 to 57. That's what I look for when I look for neutral numbers when it comes to getting close to even. C Bears against C Bears, 23 days. Yeah, I do like OKC here tonight. Again, money line, a lot of 5.5s. Is it just me? Is every game 5.5 here tonight? Hey, seems like every game is 5 and a hook. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Oh, here we go. Hey, every time we get a good game, I got to give you the boxing bells. Oh, round one. Hang on. All right, let's go to the teletape between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Now, the Celtics a 9-point home court favorite. That seems like a lot of points. Let me see who's missing tonight. Hey, when I see -9, yeah, holy crap. Look at the mash unit on Miami. I'm surprised Miami can still field the team. Hey, I'm still surprised they can field the team. No Butler, no Oladipo's been out for a long time. Yeah, look at all the game time. You know what? I hate handicapping. I know hate's a strong word, but I don't like handicapping these games where you got like a G League team coming in to Boston tonight, right? And to me, this is the NBA. This is the professional leagues, and you're unfortunately for the Heat going through a really tough time in injuries, right? -9 is the line, 224.5 is the total. I got 116-108. 9-1 straight up for the Celtics at the Gardens. 7-2-1 against the number. My line on the game tonight, -8.7. Fair market value if you do like Boston. And looking at the chance of winning, 71.2%. And they're on a 4-game win streak. This one here says Boston all the way, but I'm not laying points. I can't lay points, and to be honest, I don't even know if I want to lay the total because I just don't know who's going to be the bench players for the Miami Heat. So when in doubt, get out, and thank God we got a lot of other games we can handicap, right? All right, let's go to the next game. You got the Portland Trailblazers taking on the LA Lakers. Hey, or as some of you guys called them, the LA Fakers yesterday. Lakers a -5.5 point home favorite. The over-under is set at 225. Over-under here, let me see. We got 115-107. 222.2 is our number on the total. So we do like it to go under the total. We got the Lakers winning by 8. Lakers coming off a 116-115 loss to the Pacers. And Portland, that game was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, they lost to the Clippers 118-112, so they lost by 6. Check this out. Anytime you got an NBA road underdog of 3.5 to 6 on 0 days rest, so playing in back-to-back games, not good. 2-11 straight up, 4-9 against the number. LA Lakers 6-4 in their last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Trailblazers. 5-6 at home this year at the Crypto.com arena. Portland 7-5 on the road, but not coming off a tough loss last night. And I do have the Lakers winning this one, 115-107. So I got them winning by 7. Look at that, another 5.5. What the? I'm starting to think we got a problem with our lines here. Are my lines off here today? Let me go look at. Make sure I got the right numbers here. Seems like every line's 5.5. All right, let me go to basketball. Watch it be a line feed thing. All right, Lakers. No, 5.5. Okay, we're good. It's unbelievable. How many 5.5s do we have here? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 games at 5.5. Could be more, if depending where you get your lines, right? All right, so let me get back to this one. I like the Lakers here. I just don't know if I want to lay. I'm not laying points, you know that. -210 is the line. Now, here's the thing. I like the Lakers. I don't love the Lakers, and they're a C-bullish team, so I would pass on this game here tonight. When in doubt, get out. And sometimes, I always say on this show, sometimes the best bet you make is the one you don't make. Huh? Remember that. Show me the money. Hey, bringing you the pearls on a wacky Wednesday.
Show me the money!
Yeah. Show me the money. Illuminati minus a 5.5, says Jose Gonzalez. Celtics first quarter has been good, says It's a Maine's World. Mike, that's because everyone was on after scoring 143. The Fakers, LOL. Lakers, Heat are on a fade alert about the weeks already. Yeah, you can't bet Miami. Not with the mash unit they're supporting right now. But, all right, let's get back to the tell of the tape. Between the Clippers and the Utah Jazz. Now, the Jazz, a 6.5 point favorite. The over-under is set at 224.5. I got a 114-107 victory tonight in Utah for, not the Utes, but the Jazz. 222.83 is my number. 224 and a hook is the bookmaker's number. So we do like it to go over the total. Under the total. But the over on the Kogo is pretty high at 63%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. And if you're wondering why we do the total of the Kogo, the percentage play, right? I always talk about value percentage play. The percentage play in the straight up factor, 69.4% chance of winning here for Utah, and a 25.3 for the Clippers, who are now on a 2-game win streak. Played last night, traveled overnight. This is a tough spot. In fact, any NBA road team this year who is playing in a back-to-back game situation, and it's a 6.5 to 9 point road underdog, 1-7 straight up in their next game. I'm going to go Utah here, but I'm not laying 6.5. And what's the money line? 270. No, too chalky. Too chalky. I like Utah. Maybe you put them on a 2-team parlay with maybe Brooklyn or something you like in that area. All right, let me go to the next game on the circuit, and it's the last game on the board. Could be a game of the night. I think I'll give it a game of the night. All right, the game of the night will be at the Smoothie King Center between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Rap going into this one on a 2-game win streak. They're a 1-point road underdog. The over-under is listed at 224.5. I got a 113-110 victory for the Pelicans. Pelicans 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. 6-4 against the number. 3-7 to the under. 58.2% chance of winning. 56% chance of covering the spread. And the Kogo's at 59%. They've lost their last 2 games against the point spread. I do like the Pelicans in a big way here tonight. I love the Pelicans. I think from a situational handicapping point of view, you got them A-type team off a 2 ATS losing streak. Public market psychology is going to be with the Raptors. Give me the Pelicans tonight, and that's my silver bullet game of the day. Pelicans at the Smoothie King Center. And as my good friend Stone Cold Steve Austin would have said,
and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right. Thank you, Stone Cold Steve Austin.